All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Lemax Kringles Cottage. This one's neat. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got a really cool one today. This is Kringles Cottage. This one came out in 2009 and is made of a poly resin, and as far as I know, it is still in production as I couldn't find a retirement date on it. Let me give you a couple quick specs on the size. It's about 9.5 by 11.5 by 8.25 roughly. That's in inches, of course. The product type is Sights and Sounds. It has a volume control and power switch for all functions, basically an all-in-one, and the adapter is included. The current for this one is about, 360 milliamps at 4.5 volts DC, so just a typical power supply for a Lemax. However, I would recommend using its own power supply, not using one that has like multiple houses on it, because this thing has a lot of animation on it, and that's what's so exciting about this one. So let's get right into the animation. There's a few different things you're going to see right off the top. There is a rotating cylinder sign up here. It says North Pole, and it goes round and round and round, followed by a elf that spins round as well. That's really cool because it adds something a little unique when you're looking at the overall picture. You'll see as we continue to move on here, because we have a reindeer that's head rotates left and back and left to right, back and forth, however you want to chalk it up. That was really cool. That's Prancer, by the way. It was nice to see them incorporate more than just Santa Claus. You're going to see Mrs. Claus as well. So you got the reindeer and elf, Mrs. Claus coming out and saying hello to the lovely folks that are visiting his cottage. And then one of the highlights right here is the trains that are going round and round. They're on a magnet system, so like the trains have little magnets, I think, on the bottom of them, and that's kind of how that works. It's really cool. I like that they didn't just put one. There's actually two. That way there's always a train going around from the outside perspective. Really a good call. I thought it made a big difference. Also, overall, on the lighting, you're going to notice that the lights, depending on who's talking or who's moving, what's going on, that the brightness of different lights will illuminate. There you go. You saw one just dim there. But they will kind of like get brighter when certain people are talking and dimmer. Like you'll see right there, here comes Mrs. Claus. That lit up a little bit brighter. They never turn off. They just get a little bit brighter and dimmer. Really cool effect. It kind of brings the music that you're going to hear, the soundtrack to the house, to life a little bit more. The only thing I think I would have changed about this house, because it has so much great animation and the quality of it really feels nice, I just wish there was some more color in the lighting itself. There's a lot of color on the house, which is nice, but I think it would have been cool to see some color in the LEDs as well. I'm not sure what that would look like, but I think just some color would have been nice. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, even though it's kind of like all that like warm white color, because the house itself is colored and there's so much happening, you don't really miss it, but it would have been a nice touch. Also, something I want to note is the quality of the soundtrack in this particular house. Two things. Number one, it's clear as day. It doesn't sound like it's coming out of a telephone. It doesn't sound like it's like a 8-bit audio or a poor MP3. This really sounds like a high quality sound. So I don't know what the difference is. I've never been inside this house before. I don't know if it's just a really good speaker mixed with some good quality audio, or what the deal is. But a lot of times the animations tend to sound just kind of okay as far as the quality of the sound itself, but not here. This thing is gonna blow your mind, and I'm gonna let you hear it here in a bit, and it was just great. Also, the writing for the soundtrack. The music is good. The characters when they're talking are fantastic. It's just really really a cool piece. I don't know. It really surprised me. I bought it, I believe, about a year ago. Yeah, 2019 when it came out, actually. And I didn't use it. I opened it up this year for the first time. And as soon as I turned it on, it just was like, whoa, that is bang for your buck. It's a great piece. There's so much to see here. And it really feels like good quality. This one does. I haven't had any issues with it, knock on wood. But again, there's just so much to see between Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, the reindeer, the train, the elves, and the sign on top. And this is kind of like a crash course, but this one is really sweet. So if you're in the market for some kind of Christmas animated new age village piece, you know, something like that, or something to add a little spark to your village, yeah, this is the one. This is the one. And like I said earlier, it's nice to see Santa have some more people around him, like Mrs. Claus. You know, I know they've done some elf stuff in the past, but we've never had animated reindeer that I'm aware of. And to see Mrs. Claus is just, it's lovely. It really is. It really, this one says family to me. You know, we just had a son about a year ago, and in this one, he loves looking at it just because there's so much going on. Let me tell you, if you're in the market, or you're considering, or you're looking around, or you're weighing this one out against something else, take the risk on this. This one, this is I'm not a betting man, but this is a sure bet. So anyways, I thank you so much for checking out my channel. I'll hit the lights here in a minute. I appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.